First off, let's talk a little bit about today. You were endorsed by the Right to Life here in South Carolina. What sets you apart from other conservatives on this issue that they would endorse you for this?
Yeah. Well, I've been a strong conservative all my career, and some of the others have not been. And I've been strong pro-life my entire political career. Some of the others have not been. The Right to Life folks know me very well. We got acquainted back right when I first started thinking about running for office. And they followed my career. They said the nicest thing possible that they could say about me. That is, we talked to him, he told us what he'd do, and when he left, looked back on it, he did everything he said he would do. So I think that's why they endorsed me.
And how will you carry that into office? What will you do?
I'll be the same way tomorrow as I am today, and as I was yesterday, and I'll govern the same way.
South Carolina is a very important state. The next 6 weeks are going to be critical for you. What are you going to do to try to make a good impression on our state?
Well, I hope that I've been doing it today and yesterday and many days before that. And we'll be working hard here. South Carolina is very, very important to us, especially since I consider this, kind of my neck of the woods. And I hope South Carolinians feel the same way about it.
A lot of times you touch on that you are conservative. You've been a conservative. And you've said that is what will make a great president. Why? Why do we need a conservative in office?
I think that what has made our country great is standing strong for our national security, standing for a strong growing economy, which means less taxes and less regulation. And it means judges who will follow the law and not make it up as they go along. Those are all basic conservative principles and tenets. It's what made our country great. It's what will make it great in the future if we'll adhere to them.
And let's talk a little bit about taxes, always on everyone's mind. And you have a plan that you would like to put in place. Tell us about that and why your plan is better than what the fair tax may be.
Well, I say this: you ought to be given the option of filing under the current system, or you ought to be given a flatter tax option and have two rates. One's 10% and the other one's 25% for a higher income. You get one standard deduction, but you don't get any more, and you get to make the choice. You can file one way or the other. Now, I also think we have to keep the tax cuts that we have now. We have to abolish the death tax. We have to lower the corporate income tax rate, which is the second highest in the industrialized world. Makes us less competitive, and it hurts our companies, and it hurts our workers, hurts us with regard to jobs and our competitiveness in the international economy. So those are all parts of my plan.
Just recently, with the Iran report that came out about their nuclear weapons, folks say they haven't had them, it's not an issue, but you don't believe that. And what my question is for you, if you're not confident in U.S. intelligence, what will you do to try to make that better?
Well, it's something that I worked on when I was in the United States Senate. I was on the Intelligence Committee. I've spent a lot of time on these issues, not only while I was in the Senate, but since I've left the Senate. You simply have to get good people, pay them well, train them well, understand it's going to take time for us to rebuild our intelligence capabilities that were allowed to wither, quite frankly, over a period of years, especially our human intelligence capabilities. We have to have good analysts. A lot of people think in terms of CIA agents and undercover and all that, and that's still important. But you have to have good analysts, and we've got a bunch of new ones and bright people, but a lot of them are young people, and it takes a while to be trained to understand what we're dealing with. So we're dealing with now the most crucial issues to our country that you could imagine, and that is these outlaw nations and whether or not they have a nuclear capability. So we've got to continue to work every day for better intelligence capabilities.
Finally, the latest AP poll that came out has Giuliani and Romney up with 19% of the vote, and you just behind with 18%.
Yeah.
Do you think that means anything right now?
No. Frankly, you get a new poll about every 35 minutes nowadays. Everybody's got a poll, and they're all over the lot. And especially in these early primary states, history shows that, the election night often varies substantially from what the pollsters are saying. So I don't pay much attention to them one way or the other.
What makes you the best candidate?
Well, that's for the American people to decide. I can tell you why I'm running. I'm concerned about my country. I'm concerned about the kind of world my kids are going to grow up in. I can look the American people in the eye and tell them the truth, whether it's unpleasant or very pleasant, about what we need to do, how strong we need to be, how strong we need to make our economy, how we need better federal judges making these decisions, judges who will follow the law and the Constitution of the United States, good, solid, conservative judges. Those are the kinds of things that I believe in intensely, and if the American people believe that, I am their best man. And if they believe something else, well, I want them to have the best president they feel like that they can select.